Dispatch 7-1.
Could you also contact this district MSP and have them contact their fire investigator?
Clear 7-1. We got make contact with this district. They have a trooper sitting instead of a sergeant. Can you advise the name of who they can get a hold of?
Name is Kern. Station 8, go to channel 2.
Hey, there.
Here's the truck, please. We got the plant engineer here. 10-4. Command to staging. Staging. You hear me? Jill, let me know when you want us to start pushing water. to 901. 619 to 901. 619 to 901. 901, go ahead. Go ahead, start pumping. Sturgis is ready. Okay, 10-4. Going down now, coming to Walmart. 704, 111. 704. Yeah, we booked this hydrant in Walmart parking lot. Still want us to wait on cold water's aerial, or want us to bring it in? It is clear. 601 to 63. Stop that pager, make sure you park that on asphalt. Repeat. 601 to 604. 604. Did you get 10-4? 802-821. 821. Command, Sturgis, dispatch.
Dispatch, command.
Strike a fourth alarm, ask them to stage at White Street and South Street in the parking lot there.
10-4. Fourth alarm for additional engines, correct?
Repeat.
Fourth alarm for engines, correct?
Right, just strike a fourth alarm. Go ahead. Got that hose lead yet? We're about a half a block. They want to know. What is it coming, a pumper or what? Bring us a ladder truck.
Go back there.
Oh, go. Not long.
Station 4, Station 5, Station 12, and Station 3. We need you for mutual aid at White and South Street, mutual aid for Sturgis. Station 4, I need an engine. Repeating, Station 4, I need an engine. Station 5, we'll need an engine and a tanker. Repeating, engine and a tanker. Station 12, we're going to need an engine only. Station 3, we're going to need a tanker and a tanker only. So this will be second tone at 150, WNC 514.
720 to command.
Station 3, you're manned at 150 and we'll be needing a tanker and tanker only.
7-7 command. Terminal 5 to 771, there's too many explosions. 705, be advised, we got fire coming out of the west side now, out the window.
Let it know, be careful.
Clear that you're right at 150, at 151.
Oh, Brad Building's taking off now.
701. We've got fire coming around you into the office. Discharge.
Station 5 and Station 12, Station 5 and Station 12. Respond to White and South Street in Sturgis. This will be mutual aid. White Pigeon, we're going to need an engine and a tanker. Mendon, we're going to need engine only. This is third tone at 153, WNZ 514.
How many people are involved in the car? A pigeon? Yeah, done.
7-1. We have to retreat from our location. We're at exterior. 7-1 clear. Mike, you might want to see, Jim's going to move the truck back away from the office building. You might want to hit the hand lines on that until he gets it moved. Okay.
Station 12, we're going to need an engine and an engine only.
800's in the engine on Jefferson Street. Next one, go ahead. You can charge that line now. Okay. 6-1, go ahead, send the water. 6-1, send the water. Once in the hello, command.
25, you're in service at 154. 421.
7-7, man, lost. Command. Command, go ahead. We're going to need more water back here on this northeast corner. We're going to have to pull out. Which side of the building? Northeast. X4, command is staging. They just charged another 2.5 to them. We'll see and 11. 7-7, you call it 9-11? Affirmative, shut it down, we got reposition. 8-11, shut the 2.5 down off of 8 at the front of 8-11. It does.
Stand by for dispatch.
7-1, command. 7-1.
7.
Boston is going to have to reposition their snorkel there. Don't have enough water back here in the back. I got to go back and put some unmanned deluge guns back here.
3, you're en route at 150.
10-4.
We need you to respond to White and South Street for a structure fire. 1503, we need you to respond to White and South Street for a structure fire. Your time is going to be 2:01, WNZ 514.
7-1, command. Seven to Burrow, pulling units on the hydrant. We hear those hydrant lines recharge. Recharge the hydrant line. Down and forward. 7-1, command. 607, fire command. Go ahead. Do you have an officer on scene? We need one down here at Walmart for an unruly subject. Command, Sturgis dispatch.
Sturgis command.
Can you get a police officer out to Walmart? We're having some not very good cooperation out there with some features.
Stand 4.
7-1, command. Go ahead. If you've got anybody available, Scott, we need more water over the Boston area, if it's by tanker or whatever. 10-4. Command to staging. Yeah, 11 for 177, you can cut it back about 10 pounds. Okay.
Oh, bottle.
Station 11. Station 11, your man was 2 at Zona.
Yeah, 11 for 177, you can cut back the pressure a little more. That pressure right there is okay. Clear. Thanks for letting us know. 601 to 916. 916, go ahead. Tim, we need you to come in on the northeast corner and set your basket up. 601 to 63. 916, you hear that? Go to the northeast corner. 63, 601. Come around 6361, repeat your traffic. We need you to come around to the northeast corner. Do you want water? We want you to set up to pump water. 630. Line 3 to White Vision Tanker. We're here. You just anywhere there, command. We got a bumper set in the parking lot there, full of water. Go ahead. Yeah, you want to back up here to 811 where we're sitting? 10-4. 601.
Getting it off?
Go ahead.
I'll get up there batteries this time.
Yeah, come in off the south. And come in the northeast corner. Go ahead. How you doing for water down there? Doing pretty good now. We got tankers backed up here a little bit, it looks like. North end of the fire. Did you find MSDF? Okay, not all of them are upstairs in the office. There's still a few that are down in the basement, over there in the storage rack.
Battle Creek family gains national full of chemicals goes up in flames. Good evening, everybody. I'm Laurie Berriger. Thanks for joining us tonight. The fire broke out at Oak International just before midnight and kept emergency crews busy for about 14 hours. Jeff Rent was out there this morning. He joins us live in our newsroom. Jeff, were the residents who live near there in danger?
Well, Laurie, I'm told that although the chemicals were considered non-toxic, they could act as an irritant, which prompted the Sturgis Police Department to evacuate the area.
The explosions were horrible. Some of them just shot in the sky, and the sparks came over the house.
And I thought maybe it would be a good idea to get out of here.
We were very concerned, and we just left with the clothes on our back.
Sturgis residents recall making the decision to evacuate their homes last night as Oak International burned intensely, sending plumes of smoke and fire hundreds of feet into the air. This morning, all that's left are the charred, smoking remains of the building. Oak International processed different chemicals, mostly petroleum products, for use in local industry. And although the fumes weren't considered toxic, they did act as an irritant.
We had some of the firefighters taken to the hospital that developed a rash on their skin from some of the chemicals that were present, but they were treated and released.
It was the abundance of petroleum products that fueled this fire hour after hour. And it was the design of the building that kept them from putting it out.
The building was made of almost like a pole barn, and so when the metal roof collapsed, we put water on the roof, but it doesn't get to the fire, obviously, and you have to get underneath that roof to be able to put the fire out.
The fire brought in crews from 12 different departments, totaling almost 125 firefighters from as far away as Battle Creek and Coldwater. Chief Trinka credits this massive group effort with keeping the fire from spreading to nearby buildings and homes. And as of just a little bit ago, the Sturgis Fire Department said there are still a few smoldering areas, but they don't think those will pose any problems. Now, as for a cause, they say that's still under investigation. We're live in the newsroom. Jeff Rent, 41 News.
Jeff, from the video, it looks like that place is pretty much a loss. Do we know what the dollar amount is?
Right now, they're estimating about $2 million. That is $1 million for the building and another $1 million for the contents inside it.
Thanks a lot for that report, Jeff. Firefighters from across Michigan and Indiana spent hours fighting the blaze. In the end, the building was destroyed, several nearby homes damaged. 1 month after the fire, police arrested 19-year-old Andrew Fraze and charged him with arson.
It took more than 24 fire departments from Indiana and Michigan to battle this blaze. As you can see, flames were shooting high into the sky. Plus, check out an unusual but they're forced to let one building burn to the ground.
There was some drums exploding. Some landed in the area. Some lids and things landed in the area. Parts of the roof were flying through the air.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Cheryl Henderson. Thanks for watching tonight. Flames lit up the night sky in Sturgis as a chemical fire burned for hours. It happened at the Oak International Company. As Antoinette Jameson tells us, 150 firefighters battled the blaze until the morning hours.
Fire burned for more than 10 hours at Sturgis's Oak International Company. Flames soared 7 stories high. 55-gallon drums filled with petroleum-based chemicals exploded throughout the night. And at times, firefighters could only watch it burn.
We're just going to let that burn itself out, like I said earlier, to minimize the water runoff and the chance of polluting groundwater and things like that. We're just going to let that burn.
Wind carried plumes of smoke for miles, causing concern for people who live near the plant.
The houses east of here were notified in about a square-mile area that there was a fire, that if anybody had any respiratory problems, that it could irritate their lungs, could cause difficulty breathing.
The burned building still smoldered 12 hours after the fire first broke out. Water mixed with oil and muck flowed down the street, and makeshift dams were built to separate the chemicals from the overflow.
With the petroleum product being lighter than water, floated up to the top and the water would go underneath, and then they could suck the petroleum product out with a vacuum.
The company hired to clean up this mess must wait for samples to be tested before beginning their job.
It's all petroleum-based. We said I really don't know what's there and what isn't. So until we find out, we'll wait and see.
The 30 people who work here must wait as well. But even though damage is estimated at $2 million, the company may be back up and running in a few weeks. In Sturgis, Antoinette Jameson, News Center 16.
Several firefighters were injured as they crawled through the burning building on their hands and knees. Their skin was irritated by chemicals that spilled on the floor. Investigators don't know what sparked the fire.
International just before midnight and kept emergency crews scrambling for about 14 hours. Jeff Rent is in our Battle Creek newsroom with details. Jeff?
Sean, although the chemicals were not considered toxic, they did act or could act as an irritant, which prompted the Sturgis Police Department to evacuate the area.
Explosions were horrible. Some of them just shot in the sky, and the sparks came over the house.
And I thought maybe it would be a good idea to get out of here.
We were very concerned, and we just left with the clothes on our back.
Sturgis residents recall making the decision to evacuate their homes last night as Oak International burned intensely, sending plumes of smoke and fire hundreds of feet into the air. This morning, all that's left are the charred, smoking remains of the building. Oak International processed different chemicals, mostly petroleum products, for use in local industry. And although the fumes weren't considered toxic, they did act as an irritant.
We had some of the firefighters taken to the hospital that developed a rash on their skin from some of the chemicals that were present, but they were treated and released.
It was the abundance of petroleum products that fueled this fire hour after hour. And it was the design of the building that kept them from putting it out.
The building was made of almost like a pole barn, and so when the metal roof collapsed, we put water on the roof, but it doesn't get to the fire, obviously, and you have to get underneath that roof to be able to put the fire out.
The fire brought in crews from 12 different departments, totaling almost 125 firefighters from as far away as Battle Creek and Coldwater. Chief Trinka credits this massive group effort with keeping the fire from spreading to nearby buildings and homes. Now, as of just a little bit ago, the Sturgis Fire Department said there were still a few areas which were smoldering, but they say those probably will not pose any problems. As far as the cause, well, that is still under investigation, and they just told me the damage estimates right now are at about $2 million, $1 million for the building, another $1 million for its contents. We're live in the Battle Creek newsroom.
Themselves, the product has run out, and we do have a little smoldering over there yet that we're going to start tearing that apart here shortly.
Firefighters are dealing with a number of problems as they attempt to clean up this massive chemical fire. For one, they're dealing with twisted sheets of metal just like this one, and for two, they're dealing with standing pools of water with chemicals in them. Those chemicals have prompted the company to hire a Kalamazoo firm to try and clean up the residue. But that cleanup is not fast enough for fire investigators.
So we poked our way into where we believe the area of fire started. It's really slippery to work our way around in there, though. It's really too early to determine an actual cause.
With the slippery, smelly coating on everything, the investigation is on hold for at least a day.
Tomorrow we've got some heavy equipment coming in to pick the roof off, and once we get the roof and the materials away from the scene, then we'll be able to do a little more investigation.
Investigating that won't be easy. In Sturgis, Rod Johnson, News 3.
Looking for clues as to how this chemical fire started. Environmental crews have been working to contain spilled petroleum since the fire began.
They set up diking areas so the water couldn't get to our wastewater treatment plant or Fawn River itself.
Investigators say that quick thinking probably saved much of the community from having contaminated water. Still, the Department of Environmental Quality and the State Fire Marshal plan to test the site for any other hazards.
DEQ coming down, they're sending representatives down to determine what actions we take and what else has to be done as far as the cleanup.
Investigators say this sludge is not toxic, but they are calling it an irritant.
It's a petroleum-based product, and the firemen that were injured, it's like a deep sunburn, and they was given Benadryl cream, and some of them, I guess, received some injections.
No one was seriously injured in the blaze, and although it's a tedious cleanup, investigators hope it will reveal what caused the fire at Oak International.
They're inside digging the fire right now. Time will tell.
In Sturgis, Michelle Edmonds, 41 News.
Like late yesterday as flames ripped through the building. Today, all that remains is a burned-out shell with environmental crews trying to suck up the freestanding chemicals, which pose a unique problem for firefighters.
All the petroleum-based products that they have in the area and in the fire, mixed with our rubber boots and walking on the aluminum, it's very slippery.
As investigators sift through the debris, they say it will be a while before the cause of the blaze is known. Public Works officials say the chemicals will not impact the city's water supply.
Blaze at a petroleum plant in Sturgis. Today, Fox 28's Tony Durna visited the site to find out the cause of the fire and how it's affecting the city.
It was midnight Saturday when the skies over Sturgis, Michigan literally exploded into a spectacular fireball. Early Monday morning, Sturgis firefighters were still dousing hotspots in the twisted and melted rubble that was once the storage warehouse at Oak International. It left the owners with a $2 million loss and firefighters with a lot of questions.
As to how it started, we have the State Fire Marshal on scene now, and we are in a process of going to start digging through the fire to determine the cause and origin.
Another question to be answered is exactly what was burning. Petroleum products inside created an especially hot fire that injured 10 firemen.
Basically, the material soaked through their turnout clothing and it went through their skin. It's like a harsh sunburn.
All those injured were treated at area hospitals and released. The smoke and fumes from the fire drifted east of the plant site into this residential neighborhood. Fire officials suggested an evacuation, but only a few actually left. For those living closest to the exploding fire, it didn't take much convincing.
We just did what the fireman said to do and played it safe.
By Sunday morning, residents returned to their homes, proud of area firemen.
The firefighters did a great job, because it could have been a lot worse than it was.
It will be a few more days before a cause is known, but it'll be a long time before the folks in this neighborhood forget the spectacular scenes of Saturday night. Tony Durda, Fox 28, Sturgis.
And later on in the newscast, we'll tell you how a chemical fire like that one may have caused a firefighter to contract a rare form of cancer.
Edwards